what's really crazy about this, because I know both versions. I know the Temptations version as well.
I'm familiar with
and and you can just, even though there's blues dripping through this rendition of the song, you could literally see them like clapping and spinning in front of the microphones.
Doing
kind of
the moves.
All the moves, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's a release in my brain. Okay, here we go.
Can't unhear it.
This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum.
That's the things you do to the Couple Bar Band. All right, welcome to the Backwards Beats podcast. I'm Carl Carter Fansteel.
I'm Dan Woodard.
And fall is upon us, my friend.
Yeah, almost.
I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. That's how I know.
I'm wearing long pants.
There we go. Between the two of us, we're long.
Yeah.
And welcome along for our ride. See what I did there?
That's nice.
As we explore the album Some Girls by the Rolling Stones.
Yes, not affiliated with the magazine.
Rolling Stone.
Correct.
Unless you're listening to our
Podcast.
theme song.
Yes.
In which case,
The pirate.
We may put a pirate Rolling Stones
Yes.
in there a few times.
He was exuberant.
He was quite exuberant. 1978 release, 10 songs, 40 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Or 40 minutes short, one might say.
This album ranks 468th on the 500 greatest albums of all time.
I feel like we've made a dent.
We have made a dent.
Does this qualify as a dent?
I think so. This is
30-ish in? Yeah.
our 39th episode,
Oh, 40-ish in.
right?
Yeah.
Subtract 6 for side content. So, yeah,
Oh, look at us.
Look at that.
We're like real people.
we are like real people.
But not as real as the Rolling Stones.
They are real people.
There's more than 4 of them, I learned, over texts this week.
There are more than 4. And here's what's interesting. If I think about this album, in my mind, I look at this as a mid-career album, but they released an album. They got a Grammy in 2025, so I'm not sure what mid-career means at this point. But so this album came out in 1978, and so I would say they're already established. And I have a strong belief, and did a little bit of counting, the Rolling Stones will be on this list more than one time.
I would assume that was going to be the case, and that has nothing to do with the likeness of name.
No.
But the sheer influence, and also all of the songs by the Rolling Stones I've played, heard of, and know that aren't on this album. You don't have to be a mathematician.
Right. So by 1978, the Rolling Stones were already long established as a major band. They formed in 1962. And what I think I want to do is talk about current time. I'm not going to talk about origin story here because I have a feeling when we get to Sticky Fingers or some other album that's probably on this thing, we can talk about the early days and all of that.
So where were the Stones around this time, I guess?
So they were already established. We're now in the mid 70s. You have on one side of the spectrum, you have a punk scene that's emerging. On the other side of the spectrum, you have a disco scene, and you have the Rolling Stones trying to stay relevant. Right. And I think that's kind of an interesting thing to think about when I think about the context of this album. And I think about the musicality on this album.
That makes so much sense. It's so funny. All of the ties that I was able to put in here, artist that it sounds like, or genre that it sounds like, or they're pulling from, totally feed into that.
Yeah. And there's an homage, I'd say for sure, on this album. And there's some stuff that brings you back to their early days. But when you think through some of the opening track on this song, for sure.
There's your disco kickoff.
Yep. So they're trying to stay relevant, I would say here. This album the recording sessions started mainly in late 77, like October to December. And they went into 78 for a little bit, and they recorded most of this in Paris.
I would say was this when they were exiled?
It could have been. I should have Googled that part. Yes. And so there's definitely a lot of raw rock guitar on this album. We talked about some punk inspirited, nothing sounds like punk. We'll get to one song potentially.
I was gonna say
maybe two.
This is punk, like with the Kinks were a door to punk as well. Mm-hmm. Permission to rock granted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd say if Kinks have any punk, there's that. I'd say there's some Clash feelings in one of the songs.
Yeah, totally, especially towards the end.
Yep, and even maybe a little bit of Stooges, actually.
Okay, yeah, I think you could probably trace some Red Yarn to a couple of the albums we discussed on this podcast.
Yeah. This album peaked number 1 on the U.S. Billboard Top LPs and Tape list.
Okay, let's go.
Tape. I love it.
I love tape.
Yeah. Did you have a cassette collection?
Absolutely. I had an OG Walkman, the actual cassette. I used to hear them blow out while I was chilling in my room and have to go take a pencil and wind it all back in and hope for the best. I made mixtapes. I remember one of my favorite Christmas presents of all time is I convinced my father to buy me, one of those very in fashion like stereo towers where it had multiple levels of things it did, and the 2 speakers, the bookshelf speakers.
Oh, I had one of those, yeah.
With a good 10 to 20 feet of line. It was your thing, and it had the dual tape deck where you could record right off the radio or copy tapes.
Yeah.
So I was making mixtapes as a kid, a real mixtape, not what they call the rap mixtape now.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is also a very real mixtape in its own right, but a mixtape initially was us copying crap off the radio and giving it to someone we probably had no chance of dating.
Yep. Actually, I had this in the 7th grade. My good buddy Joe and I had a reasonable music collection. So we cataloged it all, typed it up on an IBM Selectric typewriter.
Hey.
Brought it in, and we would share that collection around with our fellow students, and we would charge them $1 if they provided the blank cassette, or $3 if we had to provide it ourselves. We're essentially pirating music.
I love that.
But
that's like the most fun and chill way to do it.
Yeah. So we'd walk around and we had different copies of the catalog. We did photocopies and kids were looking it up, and then they just put in their order for it. It had a little order form.
It was like where did you get the sushi bar?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Choose 9.
Yeah. And until like our English teacher, I think her name was Miss Tenarowitz, if I can remember her name right. She saw what was going on. She goes, "What's going on here?" She's like, "It's illegal, right?"
Oh, Miss Tizzy, you ruined all the fun.
Yeah. So we just didn't do it in the public.
There you go. I love that. Look at you. A young white entrepreneur.
Long before Napster.
Yeah, we entered the music stealing game. I didn't consider it stealing either. Taping stuff off the radio.
I was giving it away, but
that's how it went. Yeah. But no, I was fresh for the Napster scene at the tender age of 15. And that was sitting on maybe a Pentium 1. I liked that my dad would always buy whatever the newest computer was. My dad's a sucker in the sense that he liked to buy whatever fun tech. Anybody could talk him into buying a thing. It's very easy to talk into buying things. And I love my father dearly. I, too, very easy to talk into buying a thing. I take that from him.
I can confirm that as a fact because...
No, do not spill my secrets.
Because I just am looking around this studio and there are a lot of things.
I may have bought 2 new things last week.
Yeah.
Or 3. We're speaking through one of them right now. But we had the Napster thing. It was really cool. And then we had LimeWire simultaneously, and we'd eat up all the bandwidth in the family. Mm-hmm. And I remember... my brother was very committed to the cause, and he's only a couple of years younger than me, but he was really gung-ho. And he was on there downloading, I think the first song we ever illegally downloaded was Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera.
Oh, wow. I was just going to ask you if you remember the first song.
And then it was Tom Green, the Bum Bum song.
Oh, wow.
That was in the collection of illegally downloaded songs. And to round it out, what else is in that collection? Oh, OMC's How Bizarre.
Nice. I know the very first song I downloaded was Changes by David Bowie.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
There you go. And we all had our thing. And then you had to like seed it too, by you leave your Napster on to be good for the community.
Yeah, it was like before BitTorrent was a...
Oh, yeah. And then that was the real seeding. That was college. Thank God for T1 connections.
Yeah. So Some Girls by the Rolling Stones, it ended up being their best-selling, one of their best-selling U.S. albums of all time. Multi-platinum certifications and certified, several million units over time worldwide. And it's really their late 70s comeback that put them on the map. And it's actually the only album that was nominated for a Grammy Award until, well, actually the album wasn't. They got the best rock and roll song in 2025 for
Off Beast?
No. So this album got a Grammy nod for.
Oh no, the most recent thing.
Yeah.
That you can file that under the Cowboy Carter
Yeah.
opinion that no one likes that we have.
Yeah, once you have auto-tune Mick Jagger, I'm not sure what you're talking about anymore.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. So there are a few session musicians on this. Sugar Blue, mostly known for his harmonica playing.
Ah, that's who it is. Okay.
Yep. And Ian Stewart played keyboards, and he was a sideman who played on and off studio with them. And we really kind of have like a core lineup here that kind of persists for a long time. You have Mick Jagger lead vocals, Keith Richards, of course, Ronnie Wood, and this is his first time where he's actually really a member of the band.
Got it. So he's been because this is like third edition, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what you call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like new edition. And
Nothing like new edition.
you got Charlie Watts on
course.
drums and Bill Wyman on bass. Big deal album. How many of these songs did you know off this album before?
Ones I could cover, 2. Ones I knew, 4.
Yeah, I would say actually it's 5 is what I had, only because I had heard their country song.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I had an artist I wanted to compare that to earlier, but he slipped my mind. I was just thinking about him. Who passed away recently? Storyteller wrote the whole, Guthrie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arlo Guthrie. Put it in, girl. When we get there, I'm saying it again.
Okay.
All right.
So without going deep into Rolling Stones, because I believe we might cover them.
We'll cover them in patchwork over the course of this, I'm sure. I'll be floored if they only have 2 on this list.
Yeah. I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
So that's all I want to say about the beginnings of this, unless you have any additional stuff you want to talk about the album overall.
Album overall, I was thrilled to see a 10-piece work come out of their camp. It's nice to have 10 radio songs that generally hover around the 4-minute mark. And I think overall there's a lot of good that's happening here. I like the production value of this album. They're obviously a well-rehearsed and consistent sounding band, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 moments that we'll talk about a little later.
Yeah.
I do have one mix note I'm going to put up front before we get into the tunes, because I just don't want to beat you guys over the head with it repeatedly, is Mick Jagger's vocals are criminally served on this album. He's mixed way too low across the board, and this is me listening through. I checked this in 4 different sound sources.
Yeah.
And
I would agree with that.
It's really not great. If there was a remaster of this album, I'd happily listen to it. You wouldn't have. I could do the work.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Plus 5 dB.
Well, look at these song titles. These are all actually remastered still.
But where is he?
Yeah.
I mean, unless the room was so noisy, you could even gate that out.
Yeah.
You just got to wonder what the advantage to pushing him back that far in the mix is. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It upsets me.
Yeah. I have one other thing that I just realized is I would like you to point to the song that you have liked on Spotify.
Sure.
Okay? And I'm going to turn my Spotify around.
Hey, we're identical.
We are.
Yeah.
Same song. You'll have to find out what that is.
After this break.
Honey, you okay in there?
How you holding up? You know, after 7 months of pregnancy, my wife has suffered from morning sickness, cramps, bloating, and even Braxton Hicks contractions. And now that I know Tylenol causes autism, I need another option. I mean, what's a husband supposed to do? I think I found the answer on TikTok, right between a guy doing something weird with his dog and peanut butter and some lady whispering about contrails. There it was, pregnancy beers. I saw the same thing in a Facebook group run by my aunt, who claims that Father Timmons cured her shingles. Then, I heard a YouTube wellness guru with a green screen jungle behind him, and he called it the miracle brew the big pharma doesn't want you to know about. Even my barber said his cousin's pastor's girlfriend drank them, and the baby came out chill. So I grabbed a 6-pack for her and a 30 of grievance porter for me. Cold, refreshing, Patriot tested. These beers is brewed with conspiracy-grade hops, fortified with a dash of ivermectin, and verified by Dr. Lank's Freedom, ND. No pills, no big pharma price tags, just crisp relief, and a baby tough enough to testify before Congress. They say pregnancy beers calm contractions, ease nausea, and according to one podcast that definitely isn't funded by Pfizer, and strengthens the immune system between 97, 93, 86, and 95%. It's a big number. Hey, sweetheart, I love you. This is me caring for you and the baby the American way, through social media wisdom and garbage brewed science. So put down that Tylenol and pick up this lager. And let's toast to your health, our future, and sticking it to the so-called experts. Pregnancy beers. Because we should all take medical advice from a 79-year-old nacho cheese-colored megalomaniac who's in the middle of having a stroke.
I approve this message.
And I just don't really understand why anybody would want to touch a nipple, because for me, that's not a sexy part of a male. I don't even think it's a sexy part of a female. It's just a weird bump.
It is just a weird bump. But what I hate the most is after a long run, bloody nipples. That's the worst.
You'd have to actually run to know that.
Yeah.
A pain I never knew. And that's a lie. I ran cross country when I was in my teens and in high school. And those jerseys they gave you were so light, though. And I never had that problem. I think you just heal or you're impervious to pain when you're a kid. If I did it now, that would be bad.
Yeah, I ran a 50K for my 50th birthday. That was my present to myself.
Masochist.
And that was actually the only time I've had tenderness there before.
Tenderness.
That was the only time.
After that, they became tenderloins.
Yeah. It was Hamburg. Yeah.
Ouch, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, when my wife was doing the marathon thing, the toenail game was real bad on her side.
Yeah, I got to trim those things.
That was definitely the worst. Or just not lose them is the other game. I remember that was a problem. But I don't know. I things rub when I walk now. Let alone run. It's not enjoyable. We should all just get rascals and widen the doorways and zoom around.
That'll happen soon.
Oh, God. We're going that way. All right, let's get into this album here. So as I mentioned earlier, 10 tracks with a pretty obvious break at track 5 was where it fell on the album as well.
Yep.
This opens up on the song Miss You.
This is their disco banger.
Oh, it's so good.
I love this song.
We covered this song. Do you
We
remember?
did.
And it was a staple.
Well, we did. Our interpretation is based off of Jamiroquai's interpretation, right?
Was it really?
Yeah, that's why our tempo was
Fantastic.
cranked up. But yeah, that's where all the hits that we did and the Wait So Long stuff that came from Jamiroquai.
No way.
Yep.
Oh, I thought we were original.
No, we weren't.
We wouldn't be original anyway. We were copying the Stones. Let
Yeah.
alone Stones meta Jamiroquai.
Yep.
Yeah, we sweat Jamiroquai pretty hard in that band.
Yeah.
But this song kills. It's almost at 300 million listens, and because it's the Stones and a 78 album, we think that a lot of the population who listens to this song probably listens on hard media versus streaming. So this song's pretty freaking popular.
Let me check you there.
Hit me.
Rolling Stones currently on Spotify are number 212 in the world.
Who was number 39?
Was that
Daddy Yankee.
Yeah, that's right. Badio Fido. 212. And I love to go back and say, like, all right, who are some old bands that are up in that streaming thing? And because, yes, Rolling Stones had an album in 2024, sure. But are people talking about stuff much past the 80s? Really?
No, I mean, I'm scraping from like big 70s bands. The only one that comes close in my mind that is like, all right, who would be streamed on Spotify a lot? Mm-hmm. The Eagles come to mind. Mm-hmm. In the 70s, that is.
Yeah.
Beatles are around in the early 70s.
They ended in 71.
So, I mean, but that technically counts for 70s.
Eagles are 332, by the way.
Ouch.
I'm surprised.
Better band. Not even a hot opinion. Just like, I can promise you that's a better band. Any other big name? Who's bigger than the Stones?
I would say Pink Floyd's probably bigger.
Yep. I bet Fleetwood Mac ranks higher than them too.
Yeah. So let's do it here. Pink Floyd. So Pink Floyd's interesting right now. They're doing the 50th anniversary of Wish You Were Here. If you go on to Spotify, all their album covers are just textual descriptions of what was on the album cover. It's really weird.
I'll check that out.
Yeah.
After this,
you should go look at it. It's all words. So Pink Floyd is 271.
Okay, so they're so far the highest run. Check out Fleetwood.
All right. I'm curious because
and then Queen is the other one.
Oh, Queen's like 14 or something like that, I think. Fleetwood Mac is 64.
Believe it. They've had a huge come up.
Yeah. And then Queen is real-time analytics 59.
Wow. So we're getting up. One more. Bowie.
Okay. David Bowie is 493.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
I feel like you'd hear all of the artists I just mentioned on the same playlist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Cool. So that kind of gives you some perspective.
Yeah.
So who won? Fleetwood or no? Queen. Queen took the win there.
Yep. And the
Fleetwood was way higher than I thought, though.
Me too. I thought
299 to 64 is a big gap between them and the Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real popular.
Yeah, and I think the Stones actually probably have more popular material, which is interesting.
Yeah, but if you look at the sheer amount of albums they put out,
yeah,
too, they kind of painted the concourse.
Yeah. So "Miss You." What stands out to you about the song "Miss You" by Rolling Stones?
So many things. The vocal part, obviously, right, which becomes later.
Yep,
is fun, and they actually overshoot that first note intentionally, right? The way it's written, and then they evens out into this scale you want to sing.
Right.
I love the kind of sloppy, boots and catsy, tromping down the street with an open container feel this gives you.
Yeah, and this is a great example of Charlie Watts. So Charlie Watts is a drummer. We'll say he's a pocket drummer. He started as a jazz drummer, which a lot of those early rock drummers, they didn't have anything to base it off of other than jazz. So. And he has this interesting technique where he does not play the hi-hat and snare drum at the same time, which he says he did it not as a stylistic thing. It was to get his hand out of the way so he could make a bigger crack on the snare. But I saw this interview with him and Larry Kelton, and he's like, that was the first person who called it out that he was actually doing it. And he goes, I wasn't really a thing, but it became a staple of Charlie's playing. And sometimes it looks like he's thinking about it. If you watch him play live, he's like, I'm not sure what to do with my hand. It's in the way. But the thing that's interesting about that is you'll never get any flamming between your hi-hat and your snare.
That's true. And you're probably, if you're constantly over/underthinking it, you might drag a little in a good way.
Yeah, which I won't say he drags, but he plays behind the beat a lot on this album.
That's the better way to put it.
And for a non-musician, you're like, well, if you're playing behind the beat, doesn't that mean you're dragging? No. What it means is there are times, and even on this song, where when that snare is about to come down, it's like, is he going to make it in time or not? It's really pushed back.
That's a good way to say it. And it's notable here.
Yeah.
And I think as an opening, I think it's a funny opening song.
Because it's pretty mellow.
Mellow, it wouldn't be the word I choose, but it's definitely one of the more colorful songs on the album. Mm-hmm. Right? Like if you were to categorize this album, it's like 6 rock songs. Mm-hmm. And then you got this, a country tune, a half ballad, and another rock song that's really, really, really good.
Yep.
Right? Like
Maybe a new wave song.
No, so yeah, that was where I was going.
Okay.
But the idea here is this is not like iconic Stones sound.
No, it's not.
They're making a statement by putting this number 1. Right. I think it's that nod to disco. It's their disco though. They're not taking disco rules.
Right.
But man, it has a ton of swagger. And I hate using that word, but it's the only because it was overused for so long.
Yeah.
It's really what it should be. It's so finger in your face, so blatant. Mixed vocal tone is like dead on to he is the narrator for his story.
Yeah.
He is what Morgan Freeman is, in his
Yeah,
films.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that is the guy I want telling this story.
Yeah.
People think I'm crazy. Like, you're like, I believe them.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing that I think brings the swagger in here, like again, there's no other term for it, is the bass part.
Oh man.
And so Bill Wyman tells the story that the bass line actually came from, there's an early performance, and it was Billy Preston was playing
The Fifth Beatle.
the Fifth Beatle, and so he was playing keyboards on it, and as they were sort of mocking it up, and when it came time to actually record, the band's like, why don't you just play Billy's part? So he just did a version of what Billy's playing. So what you're getting is a keyboard bass part.
It's so funny when that happens.
Yeah, moved into
You and I have been in that seat so many times where a thing is composed on one medium and then you bring it over to the other instrument and you're like, that's not conducive to this instrument, and often in a good way.
Right. Yeah.
And Billy Preston could play.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, that guy, but I mean, like he had his left hand just didn't like comp an octave. Like he could really move both hands while singing and run a band. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense, but it's not to take away. I mean, the bass lines across this album have a ton of movement in them.
Yeah.
There's just not peddling the tonic type stuff.
No, they're all good at their craft.
Yeah. I find myself often in Rolling Stones songs just doing like an audit of sound sources.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, how many guitars are here? Mm-hmm. Is it 3? Is it 4? Well, that's a slide. Is that a steel?
Right.
Is it a guitar? Who's playing that? Like,
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. And it's almost always in the string world. I'm going for, and there's this incredibly supportive bass throughout the album. Mm-hmm. I have never sat down until this test and listened to a whole Stones album.
Okay.
And I always thought I'd be underwhelmed. I'm really glad this one hit me first because I'm really fond of this song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was a really nice way for me to open. It's short. It's more modern. The production across the board is very, very good.
Yeah.
You notice that it's like, sounds fantastic. I know I'm listening to remasters, but in order to remaster, you have to have pretty clean tracking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clean tracking, except for Mick.
Yep. Exactly. No, this song's awesome. I love every
I will
second.
forever like this song. Yeah. Anything else?
No.
When the Whip Comes Down, song number 2. We fall off dramatically from almost 300 million listens down to 7.5 million at a sweet 420.
Nice.
Unless it's 100 milligrams.
Whew, that's stout. Song mentions that I have here, because I had heard this album before. I didn't own it before, but I've heard this album end to end before this. When the Whip Comes Down, I had forgotten about this, but there are 3 songs that I get essence of in this album. That may have been influenced by this because I think everything came out after this.
Go
so
fill
I
up the AI trough.
Yeah. So I have the song Crumbling Down by John Mellencamp.
I don't know that one.
When the walls come crumbling down, right? Crumbling down. So it's similar chords. Actually, the chorus, exact same chords and the same key. So there's that.
I think I like John Cougar Mellencamp.
You should. He's got some good tunes.
He has a tune called Cherry Bomb I really like.
That's a great song. There's a more obscure song called Nighttime by the Jay Giles Band.
Okay.
It's off their album Love Stinks.
Jay Giles is slept on.
Yeah, that Love Stinks is one of my favorite albums.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that album.
Will not make the top 500.
It won't make the top 1,000 probably, but it's a great album.
Yeah.
And then there's a guitar part buried in the background that I feel Huey Lewis stole and Hip to Be Square.
Is that our first Huey Lewis mention on the podcast?
It might be.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with any of that, mainly because I don't know most of that. Mm-hmm. But
well, you know Hip to Be Square.
Yeah, I know Hip to Be Square. That literally, I didn't know the other two. I agree with the idea that there's a lot of influence was probably taken from this. I'm surprised this wasn't the first track on the album. I'm glad it wasn't. In hindsight, to me, this sounds like quintessential Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
They couldn't help but revert right back to themselves for song 2. And I think that's a smart statement to make, where it's like, hey, here's the new thing to catch the new ears. Don't worry, by song 2, we sound like ourselves.
Yeah.
Or like, a Jumpin' Jack Flash version of ourselves,
Yeah.
Here we go. It's very simple. It's a 1/4. It's cooking. It's a rock song. It's like just moving.
My first line, basic 1/4 progression.
That's what I have to. And it literally says, very much what I imagined Stones to sound like at any given time. Mick is mixed way too low on vocals. I blurted it out right there.
Yeah.
Some songs more than others. This is definitely one where he's underserved. I noted the bass line yet again, especially the chorus. There's like this nice descending, kind of like scale going on. And the tonality of the bass is so strong. Something you don't hear a lot of in 70s rock is really big bass lines. You really, really don't. They almost always get buried, but he's a prominent player in the band.
And some of that has to do with the mix and the fact that you're putting it on vinyl and the capacity of vinyls, to really get like a rich bass tone. So you're going to get you're going to have like Ent whistle bass lines, which are amazing, but it's not really like sitting really low in the spectrum.
And it's not like they mixed him low.
Yeah.
But he's so active, you're not really leaning on him to like paint the floor low frequency.
Right.
You get a lot of bass movement and it's appreciated in the mix.
Yeah.
It's sitting in the right place.
And I think I really like Keith's solo on this.
I walked off of this album and I was like, I always thought to myself, and I watched like his like documentary thing.
Yep.
I always thought, Keith's great. Mm-hmm. Now I actually believe it.
Yeah.
I walked out of this going, man, that guy freaking loves playing guitar, doesn't he?
He does.
He just, he always sounds like him. No matter, you could paint it any color you want. You could slap on any effect. You can hand him any guitar. The guy's going to play like Keith Richards.
Yeah.
And it fits them. He is their signature sound at the end of the day.
He is. And while Charlie is the glue that holds them together, they all admit that they're just all following Keith. So Keith is actually the groove.
And you could say, that's what Pete did for The Who. Like, you're always going to kind of have a leader. And by a long run, musically speaking, he's driving this. It's just at any given time, how many cuts of him on this record are driving it?
Yeah.
How many times is he playing over him?
Yeah. Yeah. We do have more than one guitar player, but yes.
I'm aware,
yes.
but he's just cooking.
Yes.
And I say that because there are spots on this album, like, he likes to play perfect third harmony double stops. Mm-hmm. He likes to slide. And he likes to kind of play these like honky tonk licks. And you'll hear him in this song, actually. Listen to the bridge in this song.
Yeah.
It's so honky tonk.
Yeah.
It's great. It's country rock coming out of Britain, but recorded in Paris.
Right.
Was it Paris or was it France?
It's Paris.
It's specifically Paris. Because when they were exiled, they were like on the Riviera. Like they were like, pushed out of Paris even. But the energy of it is what I'd like to focus on.
Yep.
That's really intense energy, and they never let up on it as a band.
No.
And I like that across the board as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And I think some of that energy, you mentioned like Jumpin' Jack Flash or something like that. But I think some of that energy is also maybe the punk relevancy, because there's not a punk song on this album.
No, but I think it gives permission
Yeah.
to really move forward with kind of reckless abandon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with that entirely.
Yeah.
I was listening back to an episode or two of ours, and I've learned that sometimes when I agree with you, I yell no, which is hilarious because no is not what I should yell.
Right. But people use no as the precursor to yes. No, yes.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I am that guy.
Yeah. You are
So
that guy.
I apologize, listeners. I will be better.
We all have our own idiosyncrasies. And when you say no, I wonder if it's just my imagination.
Oh, nice segue. This would be song number 3. Clips up to 8.8 million listens. Yeah. Sitting at 4.5 minutes. And
So it's really just my imagination, parentheses, running
away with me.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That makes a difference, actually, in the title, if you think about it.
Yeah. And it makes sense from a title perspective because this is originally recorded by The Temptations
There we go.
in 1970.
And you get a whole new take. Mm-hmm. So third kind of new sound on the album. You end up with more mid-tempo. Some effects on the guitars.
Yeah.
You know, up until now, even in Miss You, the guitars weren't saturating crazy, but there's a pretty notable flanger, I want to say.
Yeah, I have flanger question mark.
I think it's
chorus.
I think it's flanger, probably stacked with a chorus.
Yeah.
The toughie is some people go flanger versus phaser is the other effect. That I think it's just because of the way the words are said. Flanger is way more common. Mm-hmm. Phasers get really weird on your frequencies, the way that they sweep. This is probably a flanger.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
But the flanger will create some movement, some wave in this guitar, and I think that does a good job indicating this is a more melodic song. For some reason, that textural sweep is conducive to singers.
Yeah, well, it's melodic, and what's really crazy about this, because I know both versions. I know the Temptations version as well.
I'm familiar with both.
And you can just, even though there's blues dripping through this rendition of the song, you could literally see them like clapping and spinning in front of the microphones.
Doing
kind of
the moves.
All the moves, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
In this particular tune, I think the band sounds better than Mick. Who, by the way, is undermixed again, but that's not why.
Yeah. So what's your problem with Nick's performance on this?
He's not a very good traditional singer.
Yeah, he's not a Temptation.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Just like I'm not a good traditional singer.
Mm-hmm.
Mick does two things really well coming out of this album. And also, if I were to hold this as my, litmus test against all of the Stones content I know, he's a really good, like, woo yeah, energetic yell singer.
Yeah.
Which is like more of what I get away with all the time. He's a really good talky, hey girl singer.
Yep.
But when it comes to sitting down and trying to just sing a note and his forte, he doesn't have a lot of like big tone behind him. He has no sustain. He has no vibrato to speak of. So traditionally, classically speaking, he's a poor singer. And I think because of the Temptations, he tried to dial back here. It's not a very good vocal performance. It's not unforgivable. I just don't like it.
Yeah. I like the song, and I do like this version of it, but I agree. Like, I think because I know what to expect out of Mick, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. So as a guy who's really figuring it out still,
yeah,
it does bother me, but not in a way I'm offended. I'm just like, oh, of course, this makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even disappointed. I'm just so like, okay, cool. I see where your wall is. Now, I like the arrangement, however, quite a bit.
Are you familiar of the cover that Mick Jagger did with David Bowie of Dancing in the Streets?
No.
So
I think I knew it existed,
yeah,
but that's two singers who aren't traditionally good singers attempting to do Dancing in the Streets.
it's weird. There's a cool. I liked it in the moment. It came out in the 80s, and I liked it in the moment, but then I don't know that it ages well, I guess. But the problems that you're talking about with problems, I'll say, I put in air quotes, of Mick not being a traditional singer are expressed in that song.
Understood.
Yeah.
And, part of this is if you had the tech we have today. So I'll give it this. I can imagine, like, young David Bowie to me, also not a very good singer in a traditional sense.
Mm-hmm.
You get down to, his his final album before he passed, and Black Star, right?
Yeah.
And
that's not his magnum opus.
I stopped myself very quickly. But his final piece, and you look at the technology that we had, and I'm not talking autotune here.
Yeah.
Just good miking technique and a really powerful mic and really thoughtful mixing, and they made him sound, and he performed. I'm sure he heard himself in his cans and sang better under that situation, right?
Yeah, I don't think I agree with you that David Bowie's not a good singer, though.
I haven't listened enough.
Yeah.
He's, once again, there's like good ass singers.
Yep.
And then there's a tier and a tier and a tier. Like, no one's putting David Ruffin against David Bowie. David Ruffin's going to blow him out of the water. No one's putting Tina Turner against him either.
Right.
Like, if you look at technical singing ability, well, I think David Bowie had a lot in common. Like, when you listen to him and Freddie Mercury, it's like night and day.
Of course.
I'm just saying, there's a tier of really good singers throughout all of this, and then there's the next guys who are rock stars. Mm-hmm. Mick and Bowie are rock stars in my category. And then you can go over and listen to real ass singers. Go listen to Peter Cetera, a real ass singer.
Right. Yeah, I would say on songs like Golden Years and things like that, there are places where I think Bowie really does stand out. I agree with what you're saying. I don't know if you listen to enough.
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to hit me to this,
yeah,
come at us online. It's nice to finally get an influx of emails and Instagram stuff we can talk about in free time.
Yeah, because there's songs like one of Bowie's big songs, Heroes. He's barely singing that song. But then there's places in like China Girl and things like that where he's really doing some interesting things. Not to the same like technical caliber, and I think that's where you're coming down, is technical
That's
caliber.
precisely where I'm coming down.
Of Peter Cetera, for example, right?
I just there's really great singers, there's really great performers, and there's a segue and a line in between them, and that's its own kind of stat you can turn up and down. Like Whitney Houston.
Okay, go ahead. Yep, that's
insane singer.
Yep.
Technically.
Yep.
Insane performer. All the way.
Yes. So he's the female David Bowie in your mind in that equation. So let's say you put.
Well, so we recently talked about Jefferson Airplane and Grace Slick.
Yeah.
I thought she was just superb. Both technically and very high marks in performance, right?
Yeah.
So who's kind of like a trick singer is the way I'm looking at this.
Is it like an Alanis Morissette?
No, because I think she actually has it. She does some ballads that she really blows it out.
She's an incredible singer, but
yeah, I think so. No, female Bowie? Ugh, that's a great one. Oh, I'd love to hear the fan reaction. If you want to tell us who you think female Bowie is, hit us up on Instagram.
At Backwards Beats Podcast.
On our Gmail.
Backwards Beats Podcast at gmail.com.
And we'll make sure to mention them when we get responses, because I'd like to hear this. I will think of this by next half.
Yeah.
I'll be able to tell you. You should think about it too.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
All right. Song number 4, Some Girls.
We were just talking about Some Girls.
The title track of this album. It's the only one that gets an expletive marking.
It does have the F word in it.
It does have the F word in it, indeed.
And I give them credit because they have an older song with the F word in it. It took a long time. So that word used to be used sparingly. Mm-hmm. Not like every other word like it is today. But I give them credit for like it's appropriately used in the song, even though the song is obscenely offensive.
It is pretty offensive,
Yeah.
y'all. This is like, when you watch old TV and you're like, oh, that wouldn't fly today.
Yeah.
This is that.
Yeah, this is the non-woke California girls.
Sorry, I had to finish that
Yeah.
sip of beer before I spit it out laughing. That's perfectly put.
Yeah.
My first note is, well, found out where John Popper stole all of his solo intros from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great harmonica playing.
That's Sugar Blue on harmonica.
Sugar Blue. This is a cool, heavy groove.
Yeah.
And I welcome the content aside. I very much welcome this groove into the album. I think it's really neat to come out of Just My Imagination into this.
Yeah.
Because I thought we'd be hearing a lot of traditional Stones, bluesy 1-4-5 things.
Yeah.
And I don't really care about the chord progression here, but more the approach.
Yeah. So, but going to actually, there is an interesting chord progression because the song's in A, I think, and then the bridge goes to A minor.
So that was my note: is we have a major minor, which is
Yep.
really nice. Otherwise, the song actually is a 1-4 that finally
Yep.
caps on the 5 every 4.
Yep.
But it's nice to hear them do an approach that's just a little more. I don't know. It's kind of deep and has a lot of style to it.
Yeah, and this also, the guitar has effect on. I think it's a lot of chorus on this one that really saturates and fills the space.
Yeah, it's definitely thick. There's a couple guitars sitting in this one yet
Yeah.
again. Well panned, I may say.
You know, there's excellent panning throughout and different guitar parts that really work together.
They do a good job separating the timbre as well.
Yep.
Timbre often mispronounces timbre.
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 Yeah.
Timbre, but it's pronounced timbre. Is best said as like the tonality of the instrument.
Yep.
You think about characteristics when you're talking about a certain sound source. It's shrill. It's mellow. It buzzes. These are all timbre notes.
Sure.
And so we get a lot of guitars in this album, but you'll find one and I can easily identify, like, oh, cool, there's like no low end on that. They thinned it out. It's kind of spanky. It's a Telecaster. Over on this side, you have something a little more rich that must have a humbucker on it. And so they're dividing even the sounds of two guitars because not all guitars sound the same. And it makes for a more lush soundscape.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I will talk about the sort of controversial nature of this because I said it's the non-woke California girls because it's a list of some girls do this, some girls do that. Mm-hmm. And it gets pretty brutal because it starts getting to racial stereotypes.
That it does.
But here's where I think they redeem themselves, if there's any redemption to be had in here, is that clearly by the end of the song, there's a complete lack of self-accountability, but I think they're pointing the finger at themselves. Like, because there's a line that says, some girls give me children that I never asked them for.
Yes, I love that line.
And then eventually, then he comes back as like, but I only slept with you one time. And like, so he's clearly now the mirror's pointing back at themselves. So sure, they're talking about potentially the throes and of fame and being on the road, and it's not necessarily the most savory stuff. But I feel like they try to say like, yeah, but we're kind of shitheads too.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
And if you look at the album cover, the fact that they like impose their faces on
Yeah.
all these like haircut girls.
Yes.
They're kind of, you can tell that they know that they know.
Yeah.
I hope no one takes offense to this song. It was 78. It's crude.
It is.
It should be. It's rock and roll. They were like literally selling heroin. Like it was.
Yeah.
They were. No one's gonna be going to bat for them in character anytime soon.
No.
You know, they're not winning the Walter Payton Man of the Year award or whatever it would be.
Yeah.
I will say I like this version of Mick Jagger performance wise. This is the other one. Mm-hmm. The kind of spoken cool Jagger
Yep.
phrasing. This is where I think he makes his money, is on this approach and in his like party rock singing.
Yeah. No, he sounds great on this.
Yeah. And he's actually mixed fairly appropriate. I'd love it if they knocked him up a few dB during the verses so you could really get every word he says out. Because his approach is kind of funny. He kind of holds till after the one and spits out this line that's not necessarily in time, but I don't care.
Yeah, they're trying to, whatever the phrase is, I'm just going to make that fit.
It's karaoke at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no one's listening to him. He's singing over the band.
Yeah.
That's the way to put it, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into Lies, song number 5.
I call this brown sugar on steroids with punk energy.
Cool, yeah. Hot tempo.
Yep.
I really like the initial. They have harmony right out of the gate on Lies, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun. It's a new stack they haven't used. We've now pulled the tempo back up,
Yeah,
which is real cool. Because if you look at the journey so far, you kind of like mid tempo Miss You, and then we're cooking on When the Whip Comes Down.
Yep.
And then we fall back down. We fall way down to Just My Imagination. We bring it back up in Some Girls, and here
Not much. Some girls just boom.
Oh yeah, I may have switched
Yeah,
those. Yeah. And then now we're moving again. It's kind of fun to take this tempo journey because it's if you're not going to change up your chord progressions a lot, and you're not going to change up your instrumentation a lot.
Yep.
Where are we going to get variety? And it's also not in dynamics. Let's be very frank.
No. But I mean, this is when you talk about like album craft. There's no concept here, but this is the last song on side 1.
Yep. And I feel like you've gotten a really nice taste test at this point.
Yeah. It's fun. It's exciting. It will make you want to flip the album over.
Totally. In a good way.
Yeah.
For those who don't flip albums.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the television show? This is kind of before my time, but it might have been happening while I don't know if I was watching in syndication, but you ever see WKRP in Cincinnati?
No.
So it's about a radio show, and there was Johnny Fever was the DJ on it. Well, this song, I remember this song. It was featured in that show, and when I heard this, immediately like, I remember the Rolling Stones on
You got the
WKRP.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love when moments like that can trigger, or a song can trigger back that moment.
Yeah.
This song's pretty cool. There's a guitar solo in it that's very good.
There is. And this is actually another example of 2 distinct guitars in each ear, but it's not. Sometimes when you have 2 distinct guitars in each ear, it's like, I don't know what to pay attention to.
If they're too far away on level or effects, they're using timbre, or sometimes they use time effects.
Yeah.
Like this uses a time effect, this solo I'm talking about.
Yes.
I think it's using an incredibly short delay.
Yeah.
That or they doubled it and you get the
No, it's
imperfect
like a
fall.
slapback, I think.
I think it's
Yeah.
a slapback. Yeah. And so that's a really nice feature because it just thickens up this really neat moment in the middle of the song, which is one of the bigger things to grasp onto in here.
Yeah.
It's not the most content rich song.
No. But I think it's a good side ender.
This is the other Mick I like, which is gonna yell my part and sing it hard. Like,
Yeah.
So we really got really nice Mick. In fact, the only misstep I think he had on side A for me was in the Temptation song. And just the approach.
Yeah, just it didn't
Fell a little
serve-
flat for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, feeling side A.
Yeah.
Great. We'll get back to side B after this quick message.
Let's do that.
In 1997, a ship sank and broke our hearts. Now in 2005, a new disaster is unfolding. But this time, there's no boat. From the people that brought you Titanic comes the administration. A sweeping saga of love and chaos, where every press conference is a plot twist, every budget meeting is a cliffhanger, and the iceberg is us. The rules are sinking, trust is sinking, and approval ratings, well, you know. The administration. The ship may be gone, but the sinking feeling remains. Coming soon to a nation near you.
You ever get that feeling where like 2 of your eyelashes are stuck together, top and bottom?
Yeah. Have you ever had the cornflake eye?
What is cornflake eye?
So when you get a eye cold, a cold in your eye.
Like conjunctivitis?
Yeah. I remember one morning I'm a kid. I wake up and I can barely open my eyelid because it's all like glued together.
Oh yeah, that's conjunctivitis.
Yeah, and but I could see little holes from through it, and then when I go into the bathroom to look at myself, it was not cornflakes. It's like cross checks. I could literally, it looked like a flake of cereal on my entire eye.
Just the goo and hardened. Oh.
And it hardened, and it was maybe the size of a dime. It was so gross.
As the father of an almost 3-year-old, I do not look forward to any of this.
Yeah, and I'm in the bathroom. I'm trying to peel it off, but I can't get it off. So we have to like put warm water on it to like melt it off.
Oh,
Yeah, it was gross. It's a good snack afterwards, though.
I was waiting for the other shoe. You never disappoint, my friend. All right. Side 2 of this album starts with a song called Far Away Eyes. Nice. Not even planned. 14 million listens, 4 minutes and 23 seconds. How do we open this up?
This song is a parody, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. My emotes say, hee-haw, fun storytelling.
Yeah.
What a brave way to open up the B-side of your album. And I think this is a callback to the way they opened up the A-side.
Okay.
It's like, let's hit them with something that doesn't sound like traditional Stones.
Yeah, so the country vibe was really influenced by Stones were friends with Graham Parson. Mm-hmm. And so it's really an homage stylistically.
See, this is the one that I accredited the Arlo Guthrie type
that's what I thought
storytelling to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's funny.
It's really funny. I think this is so hilarious. My favorite part of it, by the way, not even storytelling wise, is Mick kind of half getting into, but not fully committing to a fake American accent.
Southern drawl.
Like just beating it to death.
And he's so the parody part is the lyric stuff, because musically it is probably musically the I'll say the best. What I mean by the best is they are playing, the pedal steel is fantastic. This sounds like a country song.
It's the cleanest performance on the album by a long run.
So that's what I mean by the best.
And it's well recorded.
It is. Everything sounds great. But when he's like, well, I'm listening to gospel music on the colored radio station, like,
Yep.
what?
That was of the time,
Yeah, it
unfortunately,
was.
but there it is.
Yeah.
They said if I send them $10.
Yeah, it's making fun of televangelists and
So great.
awesome. Now, is a girl with faraway eyes someone who's like despondent and staring into the middle distance, or someone who's just dim?
I think it's the latter.
I think it's the latter,
I
too.
asked myself the question earlier while making dinner for my kid.
Yeah.
Because I had it going on the stereo in there, and I was like, I think he's talking about just a dumb Southern girl,
Yeah, because
like a mouth breather.
yes. So if you're down on your luck, you all sympathize. Find a girl with faraway eyes.
If you're down on your luck, think about it. You're like settling for way.
Yes.
We know what he's saying.
This is closing time before closing time.
Yeah. Oh my God. Interesting take. But I'll buy it.
That just came into my skull right now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is such a funny and fun song. Once again, sounds like nothing else on the album, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the humor and musicianship equally.
Yeah. And this is Ronnie Wood on the pedal steel, and he's crushing it.
My God, that's good pedal steel, right?
Yeah.
That can't be his only play, and there's another steel on this album that's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's him. He's on both of them. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Well, respect, Ronnie Wood.
Yeah.
And speaking of respect, Respectable, Ronnie Wood. Song number 7. Almost 9 million listens. In case you didn't get the joke, the song is called Respectable, not the Respectable Ronnie Wood.
So go ahead.
Go ahead.
The opening riff, at first I'm like, oh, is this the Time Warp?
Oh, yeah.
But then I'm like, oh no, this is Johnny B. Good.
Johnny B. Good
Meets
is what I
the
had.
Stooges. Yeah.
Yeah. My first note in all caps, bring Mick up.
Yeah.
Buried.
This is Johnny B. Good. So the reason I Meets the Stooges, this is kind of, I would say this is the punk song, but it's done over Johnny B. Good.
Yes. And once again, for purists, no, this is not punk. This is precursor.
Right. It's punk from the perspective of their messaging. right?
Yeah.
Because they're mocking like high society and fame, and sneering at like women who are like respectable now, but you're the greatest lay on the White House lawn.
Yeah, and I mean the content's there, and one of the things he does in this song, especially towards the latter half, which I really like for Mick, is he does this thing where he'll sing his line and then double it while yelling over it, which is punk AF.
Yeah, and it's also very juvenile-esque.
Juvenile,
Right, because he did the whole like the very last word was always doubled.
Yeah, half of his phrases were doubled.
Yeah.
No, but the sing while yell, boom, you got a great combo that works well for his kit. There's, only 16 or 17 guitars in this song,
A lot.
and slide all over the place, which is not really going to be signature there, but so Stones.
Yeah.
This album's dripping in slide versions of guitar, whether it's lap steel, pedal steel, or just slide on a 6-string.
Yeah.
A lot of like cool, wonky slide effects across this album.
Yeah. And the solo on this song bangs.
Yeah. Honestly, this song's a heater. I really like it. I think it fits the kit real nice.
Yeah.
They have a big trash can ending where just big drum fills and everybody on a big chord. This whole song is packed with attitude.
Yeah.
It's aggressive and in your face. It is the total opposite of the song before it.
Yeah.
So I'm loving the variety.
Yeah. And I mentioned Johnny B. Goode. I was lucky enough to see Chuck Berry in concert when it was in the 1980s. So he's like 75 years old or something like that. And he came on the stage. I saw him up in I think it was Lyndonville, Vermont, like this little fairground up in northern Vermont. And he came out on stage and at 75 gave it felt like the exact same show he would have given in the 50s.
Just ripped it.
It ripped it, had all the energy, did the duck walk thing. Like he did it all, right?
That's the best.
It was awesome.
I'm so top 3 life moment of music.
And so I used to go up to this place up in northern Vermont. It's called the Northeast Kingdom because all of the trees up in that part of Vermont are super pointy. And it's up and it's a beautiful, beautiful area. I used to go to this tiny little place in the middle of nowhere. And so Lyndonville, Vermont is the big town. It might probably like 1,200 people. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you're like, we go there to get ice cream.
Yeah. And we just happen to be that's the grocery store you can go to before you go to where we're going. It's 40 minutes from where we're going. And we happen to see Chuck Berry, on the marquee for the fairgrounds. Well, I guess we're going to go see Chuck Berry.
Mama, can we go? Only costs a nickel.
It probably costs us maybe $12.
Hey, that's fair for Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
That's a steal, bro.
It was awesome.
You know how much I'd pay to see him now?
Well,
I know.
yeah.
There's a good joke there.
Yeah, it was good.
Anyway, Before They Make Me Run is song number 8.
That is.
6.5 million listens. And this is also an entirely new feel on the album.
How do you feel about mixed vocals on this one?
Is that Mick?
No, it's not.
Thank God. So, I actually have a debate in my notes. I go, is this Mick singing? It can't be. It's not good, but it's different. Less saturated. Still undeniably Stones.
This is Keith.
Oh man, no one should ever give him a mic again.
Yeah.
This singing is
C tier.
C. Jeez, I'm surprised he made it through. It's really bad, and it's distracting.
Yeah,
That's the worst part is that it's distracting.
Yeah, this is his response to after being arrested for heroin possession in Toronto.
Told you.
Yep. And so basically, he recorded this song after a 5-day binge, staying awake the entire time. And the song does mirror sort of that chaos for sure.
It sounds about as good as someone could sound singing on a 5-day heroin binge.
Yeah. And my main note is musically, the song's pretty good.
Excellent.
But
yeah, no bueno here, guys. Mistakes were made, and you figure it's going to happen. I like the chord chart.
Yep.
Quite a bit. I think that there is like a really cool post-chorus guitar thing. I'm used to him using the 2-note harmony double stop technique. This time it's kind of saturated and reverb and swingy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like tiki style guitar, traditional.
Yep.
Not well, traditional tiki is also not really a thing, but like very like inspired by either like the Islands meet James Bond, right? Like,
Yeah.
or some sort of kind of slide guitar. Yet again, it's just a little more out front this time. I thought it was really melodic and beautiful playing. I feared it was him singing, and
Yeah. I mean, he's even playing bass on this one. So,
oh god,
so Bill sat this one out.
it sounds like he just is like, guys, give me a song,
Yeah.
and I kind of like part of it,
Yeah.
and I super don't like part of it. That's how it goes.
It's okay. To me, it's the stinker in the album.
Yeah, me too. He does have an incredibly sick guitar, like right at the end of the song.
Yes, he does.
Like this ripping lightning bolt that comes down to remind you he's still
Keith Richards. Yeah.
precisely.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good moment to kind of look at that dynamic where you go, all right, we see the extent of what Keith is capable of.
Yeah.
Really cool songwriting, really good guitar playing. Not a great bassist, shitty singer.
Yep.
Done.
Facts.
And personal, Keith. You can't be good at everything.
I agree.
I can barely spell. You know, like it is what it is, dude. Mm-hmm. You're really good at guitar and you're a really good band leader. Next. All right. Here's a little ditty called Beast of Burden. It sits at 560 million listens.
So that number should be doubled.
Tripled.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at every Touch Tunes machine at every single bar in America.
Yeah. Song is awesome.
This song will forever be awesome. God, it's so good.
And so here's where Keith Richards gets his song. He came up with the title and chord progression. Mick Jagger wrote most of the lyrics, but some people, and there's been some indications that the Beast of Burden part of this also has to deal with dealing with a heroin addict.
That sounds about right.
Even though the song's mostly written to a woman.
Yep.
But yeah, some of the influence of I'm not going to be your beast of burden. This is you, man. You're going to go get arrested in Toronto for heroin.
Is this their Steely Band's Black Cow?
Could be.
Right?
Yeah.
In the same kind of vein?
Yeah.
Oh, see that double entendre.
Nice.
Okay, so I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I mean, Keith's guitar line in this is what makes it immediately recognizable.
Yeah, I've got goosebumps. Just
Also,
saying that.
not an easy part to play with the same kind of feel. Every time I cover this, every band I play it in, it lacks the same soul these guys have. We don't even get close. And everybody cooks this tempo. It's not a fast song.
No. And here's where I don't. So Charlie in this one here, he's pulling the tempo because there are parts where the snare is like, are you going to make it in time? But then like the hi-hat part is agitated.
Am I hard enough?
Yes.
Yeah. He pushes it a little more then. But there's a
yeah.
backbeat snare drum too during the verses. Like
Yeah.
he throws that backbeat. Oh yeah, at the end of the phrase. That's where it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it disrupts in the best way because the whole band kind of locks into that and hits with it.
Yeah.
Man, I there's nothing bad you can really say about this tune. Mick is doing exactly what he should be. He's also mixed appropriately. Maybe that's why it has so many listens.
Yeah. It's great. And when he goes up and does the falsetto stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. So good.
Yeah, the whole tune is seductive. I mean, talk about an ass shaker. This is truly it. This is multi-generational good tunage. Mm-hmm. You play this song, a lot of people will know it. Mm-hmm. And it's, frankly, as I agree with you, it's underserved. This should be
a billion.
Sitting at well over a billion listens.
Yeah. And if you're ever wondering, at the beginning of this episode, when I asked Carl to point to the song that he had marked as liked,
the green check mark.
The green check mark. This is the one we both had that was not planned.
Yep.
It's scientifically proven this song bangs.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
It might be a top 10 songs of all time candidate if we had to write the list.
Yeah.
It's just that it checks every box and there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Yeah. I mean, just the metaphor of in the whole like lyrical content is I'll never be your beast of burden, but he's definitely still committed, to the relationship.
Check out my show notes. Number 9.
Beast of burden is a perfect song. Guitar parts are so sick. That's the only notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I could talk about this for an hour.
Yeah.
And progression's easy to get behind. It's a 2-part song, right? And one of the parts that I think that's most underappreciated in this tune is there's no real bridge. There's this kind of after second chorus.
Well,
it's like they threw the rules out, right?
Well, the am I the hard enough?
Yeah.
That part. Yeah, that's the bridge.
I get you. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
It's over the same chord pattern.
Yeah.
So it might not feel like but in this, so there's like a bridge A and a bridge B.
Yes.
Oh, my intention, I understand. You keep on telling me I ain't your type of man.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, just like a rant going on.
Yeah.
And it's still to the feel of the song and no one's moved.
No. They're just holding the pocket.
And then they get right back. And the tough it's so good, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my only 2 notes are the ones that I did for research, right?
Okay.
Which is that about the Keith Richards part, in there, and that this song reached number 8 on the U.S. charts.
Only 8.
Yeah.
Now that's surprising to me.
Yeah.
Hold on, so I thought you said that this won number 1 U.S. charts on LP. Oh, the whole,
It got a
album
got a
sale
Grammy nod for
on the album
Yeah, on the
itself.
album.
I was going to say that this song had to have been the massive reason for it. Don't get me wrong, Miss You's great, and I like it every bit as much, but there's iconic is the only word I can draw.
Miss You doesn't give me goosebumps to talk about.
That's
this one
right.
does.
Beast of Burden will forever be a legendary tune.
So good.
If you are sitting in a seat where you're listening to our podcast and you've never heard this song, I encourage you to turn this off right now and go listen to this song.
It is so good.
We're deep enough into my listens, we'll still get the credit for it.
Yep.
Go listen to this right now.
Yep.
You'll rejoin.
Yeah. And then if you start it back up, like if you close Spotify or your thing and you open it back up and then pick the episode up where you left off, we'll get another listen.
Oh, in that case, definitely go listen to Beast of Burden right now. All right. We're just going to fanboy over this. Moving on. The last song on the album, song number 10, Shattered.
This I like. This is such a weird song because this is like punk meets disco meets new wave.
I have theories.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm looking back on last songs on the past couple albums and even the next one that we're going to do. And I think I see a lot of bands taking risks on their last song or trying to push forward as to what's the next thing. It's such a safe, there's 2 things you can do with the last song. There's 3 actually, but the third one is don't care, chuck it away, and that's sad.
Yeah.
I have a theory. Last song, you can close your album. If there were an arc or a story of you approaching something, this is your moment to close it. That's one mindset.
Right.
The other thing you can do with the last song that's very effective is show people where you're going next, right? That makes sense. And you even get this in, like, you listen to like last song on like Daddy Yankee's album, they're talking about, they're giving credit to, right? You get this in Juvenile too.
Yep.
Here you get a song that sounds, once again, nothing like anything else in the album, but almost doesn't sound like the Stones.
No, this is one of their weirder songs.
There is so much going on here, but I want to give you first shot at it because I often hog the mic. I have a lot of comments on this one.
Well, no, I mean, I think the thing is there's this weird, like repetitive, like jagged guitar riff.
Yes.
That's pretty heavy, but done in a Rolling Stones way. So it's like you could do a metal version of that guitar riff.
Well, it's 16th note palm muted flanger guitar.
Right.
What?
But it doesn't sound like a metal song.
No, it still sounds like freaking Keith Richards.
Right. Right.
You can't wash him off.
Yeah. And then you have like this subdued vocal part that kind of gets unhinged and then comes back. It gets shattered.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. If we're going to, yeah.
Yes. So because as he's going on and repeating, certain lines and phrases in here, he just starts losing his mind and then he gets to come right back down.
It would be really cool if you added 3 to 5 decibels to his voice, guys.
Yes, because he's adding it.
To the best of his ability.
Yeah, he's adding it in his performance, but it's limited or
Tamped,
whatever.
yeah.
And yeah, this is where I get essence of the Clash a bit. It's not like Rockin' the Casbah, but they're in the same ballpark.
I wrote, this feels like it's ready for the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. And it's reminiscent. The funny thing is his vocal style and kind of some of the musical ideas going on, of all things, remind me of the B-52s.
Yes.
Doesn't get much more 80s feeling than that for me.
No.
I agree with a little bit of that Clash feel.
Yep.
I don't know that Casbah would be the tune I choose over some other choices, but it's kind of barking forward. That 16th note palm muted bounce, ticka, ticka, ticka.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to say it because I'm going to say it. Eye of the Tiger is a tune that does that, right?
Yeah.
But it's a whole different approach than that.
No, this is more like the midsection. You mentioned B-52's midsection of Rock Lobster
There we go.
without the banger riff of Rock Lobster, but
I have another note here.
Yeah.
New guitar tone unlocked. High pass filter solo, but still slidey double stops.
Yeah.
So they're starting to play with new sounds.
yep.
But it's still your Stones.
Yeah.
But I think this is them projecting. All right, let's try a weird one to fit in with the times that are inevitably coming, because they're listening ahead
Right.
to whatever's coming out. They have all the access in the world. And so they're like, let's try this thing. If it hits, we can write in that field.
Yeah.
I think in a weird way, they start and they end their album on two pieces that are not traditional Stones.
Yep.
And they're like, they're like long casts.
Yeah.
If they don't hit them, no biggie. There's 5 more songs that are traditional Stones and 1 funny country song.
Yeah. So,
Or 7 more, yeah.
anything else on this song?
No, that's it.
So, are we wrapped on this album?
Yeah, I think we're wrapped on this. The question is, would you hit it?
I would hit it. I really enjoy this album. I'd heard it once before all the way through, but a long time ago. I really enjoyed listening to it. It goes by fast. At first, when I hit Faraway Eyes, it was distracting, but now I like it so much because it's just so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, Faraway Eyes is a top 3 for me on this album.
Yeah.
I too would hit it. I'm really happy this is the first Stones album I've listened to in its entirety. I'm pretty happy with where it fell on the list and ranking power too. Mm-hmm. And I'm drawn mostly to the outlier songs. Maybe not so much Shattered, but I mean, I think Miss You is considered an outlier song in the sense that it was new to their style. Mm-hmm. By far one of my favorite songs on there.
Well, Shattered isn't necessarily an outlier. It's 27 million, right?
27 million. Yeah, not bad. No, it's
third.
Third ranked. Yeah.
I mean, this thing definitely got radio play.
Oh, there's no question about it. But I liked a lot of this album. I would happily buy it on vinyl. I think it's a great listen all the way through. That's what I like about it the most. My big liner note, of course, is going to be I really don't like the mixing on the vocals. But outside of that, and I really don't like Keith Richards' voice.
No, that's
not enough to take it out of my hands, though. Congratulations, Stones, on a really cool album.
Great comeback.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Now stay out of jail.
So I have one other question for you.
Okay.
What's in your ears?
Oh, right now. So what am I listening to that's not this?
Yeah.
I've been listening to Lettuce.
Lettuce is pretty awesome.
Are you familiar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Didn't we do a Lettuce song in Fujank?
I don't know. Did we?
I think we did a Lettuce song.
That would
I've seen
be-
Lettuce.
I've
live.
never seen them. My tie to Lettuce is Eric Krasno, guitar player of Soul Live, is how I knew him. I've seen them God knows how many times. Lettuce has been ringing in my ears. And because of my son, my almost 3-year-old is really, really into Frankie Valli right now.
Nice. You can go wrong with Frankie Valli.
Dude, I didn't know how great of a song Grease was until this week.
That song is awesome.
It slaps. And how many times people have stolen that chorus. It's got groove, it's got feeling.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he stole it from somebody that's so good.
Yeah.
But okay, Frankie Valli. Welcome in.
What's so funny is growing up with Grease happening in my childhood. That soundtrack and that musical is older music, but the fact that the movie starts with a disco song, it's the only song like it in the entire soundtrack of Grease. Everything else is all like Summer Lovin',
Doo-woppy, yeah.
Doo-woppy,
But that song's insane.
it's awesome.
It's really good. What's in your ears?
I have a few things, but I'll talk about a young artist by the name of Sophia Isella. And so I say young, she's like 20 years old, and she has some kind of hints of Billie Eilish in her voice, but she's a multi-instrumentalist. She plays guitar, violin, and a bunch of things. If you watch her live, she's a little avant-garde, but she has an album that I've been listening to, an EP. It's called I Am Camera. Really good album, and she's for her age writing some really thoughtful content.
I love when you see that.
Yeah. Some of it definitely, there's this whole song about everyone supports a woman and right until they're better than you is the
I mean,
it's
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel sad for a 20-year-old who actually realizes that. Yeah. But some good stuff.
Aren't you happy they vocalized it though?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. And she has some pretty clever lyrics and some good songs, very moody. It's like, good stuff, really good stuff. I've been listening to her pretty regularly since I first heard of her. So,
well, if you want to listen along to what we're listening to, we'll make sure that it's somewhere in the liner notes. Otherwise, we can tell you what you should be listening to next week.
What do you think we should be listening to next week?
I believe we have an album by the artist Maxwell.
That is correct.
And which album is this?
So this is Black Summer's Night.
And he emphasizes black because I believe there is a Black Summer's Night.
That's correct. So Black Summer's Night, all one word. This album, I did some research on this. It was supposed to be part of a trilogy. Apparently, it's just there's the original and the sequel. So we're talking about the original, the 2009 album, Black Summer's Night.
By the artist Maxwell. I'm familiar with Maxwell. I'm very excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you joining us. Don't forget, if you can subscribe to us on any one of the channels, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. You want to join us on Patreon for a free account, that's great. You write the Spotify review, that really helps us.
Yep.
We would love that. We're having such a nice time engaging. I can't believe we're over halfway through season 2.
It's very exciting.
Well, we look forward to sharing more music with you next week on Backwards Beats Podcast.
That was a show about the album Some Girls by the Rolling Stones. Beast of Burden maybe is the best song ever.
Backwards Beats Podcast is a Tuna-Wood production recorded live at Thought Shack Studios in Halethorpe, Maryland.
If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us at Backwards Beats Podcast on most platforms.
Share the love, and we'll see you next week for another deep dive into the next album on Rolling Stone Magazine's Top 500 list. Until then,
Salt your melons.